it's Friday, and I claim that we actually did it right. Boogie with the Bull, Red Friday morning caffeine in the Boogie with the Bull tradition. Randy Rhodes is with me, and he is going to explain to you what we are doing, and I believe he is going to salute the Coast Guard. And I actually want to thank him for doing that because I don't think we salute the Coast Guard enough, but that's just me.
There
Go
you
ahead,
go.
Mr. Rhodes.
Yeah, the Coast Guard. One of the on celebrated parts of our military force. And people may ask, why do we have a Coast Guard? What's important about our coast? Well, um, our coast, I think we go out 200 miles. So when you look at our country and you see our borders, that borders water, we claim 200 miles out to sea, like most other countries do as well, as our territory. It's a buffer to keep the enemy at bay. Back in the day, that worked because back in the day, they had wooden ships, they had cannons, they only shot so far. Well, 200 miles nowadays is, a second or two for a missile to be launched from a submarine or from a ship, and then seconds later, it's hitting our coastline. So it's more of a deterrent now than more as a actual barrier. And the Coast Guard not only protects us from the military of other countries, but they also, hey William, but they also protect us from pirates. But yes, we do still have pirates in our modern day world. Where if you have if you're a multimillionaire and you're out there enjoying life on your 500-foot yacht, and you got two or three beautiful babes on sunning on the deck of the ship, and you're enjoying life. All of a sudden, here comes this pirate ship. Because what does he want? He wants your ship, and he wants your babes, and you're out into the water being fed to the fishies. So there are pirates, and there are enough high-speed boats of the Coast Guard that can respond fairly quickly. But they're also there too, because if your ship, your boat that you're on, suffers some kind of mechanical problem, and you're stuck out there, you can't go anywhere. You do what? You go, Mayday, Mayday, blah 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 blah, and they come to your rescue. Or if your ship is sinking because you were stupid, and even though your wife told you, don't take the boat out, there's a storm headed our way, you idiot, and you do it anyways. And there you're out, and you're tossing and turning, boom, 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 and then the ocean waves. Next thing you know, oh, your boat is flipped over, and you're swimming for your life. And yes, the Coast Guard does that as well. They have specially trained people who take care of you and save your idiot life. Um, so they don't get much of the news as say the U.S. Marines or the Air Force, because they're more of a military strike kind of force. So I got a couple of videos. I'm not going to show the entirety of the one because it's lengthy, but I want to show you a little bit what they go through, and then I'm going to show you a video about this poor cadet getting screamed at lunchtime. She must have done something stupid. And then I'm going to show you a very short celebration of graduation. But folks, when you think of Red Shirt Friday, please keep in mind that we have the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, the space guys, and the U.S. Coast Guard. And of course, those forces who only operate at night, in the dark, in clandestine situations. Well, you never know who they are, and if they die during their service, well, you never know that either, because they are, written off as lost asset. So there we have those people as well. And right
So
now,
are you saying that you should be a daytime asset because if you die at night, we're not going to know that you died?
well, if you're in that particular particular force of the military or the CIA, it doesn't matter what time of day or night, because if
This
you if
is
you if
true.
you if you are successful in what you do, you'll never get public acknowledgement. If you die
Okay.
doing what you do, you'll never get public acknowledgement. Your family will just say that he died at the doing his duty for his service to his country. You won't know why, you won't know where, and so forth, because I want to tell you what, folks. Say what you will about our government, our country, and I do love the fact that we're able to do what we do. Like here, there's the three of us just talking at the top of our heads and talking good things, talking bad things. But you know what? Look into the history of our government. Particularly, I'm going to push this book again here. The one that I read it. This book shows all the wars, all the battles that our country participated in for nothing more than pure greed. Greed of the land, greed of the mineral rights, and so forth. We started wars so we can lay claim to Hawaii. We started wars to try and claim Cuba, but we fucked that up, and we only had a small part of it. But so we're not, angels here when it comes to that. So these guys, when they join up because of the pride they have for their country, and that they want to do what they can to keep our country safe from our enemies. And I want to throw out here real quick. Trump just authorized a one-time bonus to everyone in the military of $1,176.
Military.
Yeah, active. I was going to say that's active military. Us poor guys who are retired, so we don't give squat. So let's go with this one here. Well, let's see. Bump, bump, bump. Got it?
There it is. Yep.
The United States Coast Guard is a branch of the military. And for those in the back, I'll say it again. The Coast Guard is a branch of the military. Just like soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen,
well, that sounds familiar.
Guardians. Why are the Coast Guard not called Guardians? That just makes so much more sense. I'm just now thinking about that. Wow. The people who serve in the Coast Guard are service members. They wear uniforms, eat in mess halls, and do fun stuff like wake up before the crack of dawn and occasionally run in formation.
Right side, right side. Right side, right side. Your side, left side. Your side, left side.
They even attend basic training. Yep, that's right. Coast Guard Boot Camp is a real thing. As the Maritime, Security, Search and Rescue, and Law Enforcement branch of the U.S. Armed Forces, the Coast Guard is the only service that falls under the Department of Homeland Security. Its mission ranges from intercepting foreign nationals attempting to illegally enter the U.S. by water, to rescuing people stranded at sea, to fighting illegal fishing.
I'm going to stop there for a second. This is real. This just recently happened. This is the drug cartel are trying everything possible to get their drugs into our country. So they actually bought from someone a fleet of submarines, small mini subs, right? So it's like a 1 or 2 man sub, and they can't go too deep into the water because they're not designed for that. So somehow the Coast Guard found this guy, and they put the Coast Guard puts their guys into these speedboats, and they're running alongside the submarine. And that guy there actually does jump out onto the sub, and he's banging on the hatch. Okay, we got you. Open the hatch. You're done. And that's what's going on here. So this is pretty cool when it first was live.
Okay, give me just a moment to jump to William Lockette and give him a chance to talk about his book.
Oh, no, that's all right.
For his opening thoughts.
Hi, guys. I was just watching the video. Remember my dad was in the Navy telling me stories.
Okay. Well, give everybody a chance to talk this morning if they feel so inclined. We are on my profile and we're on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. and wherever else we get shared to this morning. So go ahead, William. Tell everybody what you think.
Oh, well, I don't know. I like the Coast Guard. My buddy's dad and mom were both part of the Coast Guard and awesome people. A little on the strict side, but that's because we were wild kids. Yeah.
Okay.
Not sure other than that. I'm trying to stay on topic.
All right. Hold on for just a moment. Randy Rhodes, do you want me to hit the next one?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me. I wasn't sure if you're gonna let me play the other ones. Let me get this over here.
No,
Hold on. So I'll stop that one there, and go to this one here, the mess hall.
Okay.
Cool.
Get on right now!
Let me get something here.
I can't hear you! Get on right now! Not right now! Turn your volume up. Aye, Jake Williams! Turn it up! Aye, Jake Williams! Aye, Williams! Start talking! Yes! I need revelation! Jay Harris, all Savior, goes to our God! By the battalion officer is Lieutenant Junior grade! We're all Joe! He's your battalion officer! He belongs to you!
Now, what that if you saw, the guy was pulling shit out of his
Pockets.
pockets. You know what he was looking for? I'll give you guys a chance to answer that question.
Anything? I don't know.
Anything that was
No.
anything that was in his pockets, but probably contraband, everything illegal. I don't know.
Now, what he was looking for was in boot camp. You have a little piece of paper, and I forget what they call it. You actually have three. I mean, in the Air Force, you have three. Okay, so if you screw up, okay, and you're caught screwing up, then the drill sergeant will ask for your whatever the heck the damn form is, and you have to give it to him. Okay. And then he takes it because it has your name on it, it has your battalion, it has your sergeant's name, and he writes on there, you filled up, and this is what you did. And then that goes back to your commanding officer, and then you get called on to the carpet, and you get your ass screamed at even more. So that's what he was looking for. And the reason why he was looking for was because the guy was officer holding his tray. So he's trying to find that piece of paper to write him up, whatever the hell he did wrong. I got no idea.
Okay. Well, we were playing the videos the way they were supposed to be played. We don't have permission, but we did that anyway. But not having permission doesn't stop us. We did it under fair use, and let's go on from there.
Okay, so you have anything? I got a couple more things you have to act about. William, you got something you want to talk about?
Whatever you want to talk about. I mean, I saw that President Trump, through executive order, has made the day before and the day after Christmas federal holidays. Very happy for those that get it marked as federal holiday, but I leave myself in a position where it's great, but there are those of us, everybody, good side, bad side, however you want to look at it, that what do? Do we just take Christmas off and be happy with it? Or what do you think, William?
I'm all for taking Christmas off. I've been at one too many jobs where I actually had to work on Christmas, and it kind of sucked, but at the same time, money was necessary.
Yep.
It's cool that a holiday can be set aside where we can stop doing what we're doing and just chill and relax with our friends and family and do the food thing and enjoy tradition and all that greatness. I think it's kind of important. And I don't know about actually making the day before and day after the holiday. I really rather he would have done that with Thanksgiving, because then you have a day to prep your food, a day to eat your food, and a day to recover from your food.
Yeah.
That'd be great. But I can see doing it for Christmas.
Okay. I want to apologize to America that just because I fall into this every year that everything is just a commercial holiday at the end of the year, and we have lost sight of whatever one of the December holidays that you follow, because the Coca-Cola company decided that they had to increase sales in the month of December. So they came up with all these different holidays, which are different than all of these different holidays were anyway. But that's just me. So you have to bear in mind that I don't know enough about the others to see where we are. But where are we, gentlemen?
Well, here's one for you, because we're going to that kind of weather situation. So, guys, when you get sick, especially as a child, what was one of the things your mama or your grandmother gave you to make you feel better, other than hugs and kisses? Okay.
Depends on the situation. If it was an upset stomach, I got stale 7-Up and crackers. If it was a headache, I got told to get over it.
Well, I'm talking about like a cold or flu.
Normally, kaopectate to help with nausea.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys suck.
They got
We always got
that
chicken noodle soup. Okay. I was looking for chicken noodle soup. Okay.
Because I'm Jewish.
Okay. So chicken noodle soup. So Campbell's in the last 72 hours lost over $1 billion. Do you know why?
Well, it has to have something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. I heard about this. They had a bit of an issue with something. One of their CEOs came out and was caught on a hot mic talking about how much their product was garbage.
No.
I'm pretty sure that had something to do with it.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Okay, so someone leaked out that the chicken put into Campbell's chicken noodle soup isn't chicken.
That's exactly what I just said.
You said garbage. It's 3D bio-manufactured chicken.
It's fake meat.
Fake meat. So if they're doing that to the chicken, they have to be doing that to the other meat soups.
Yeah, they found that out because dude got cut on a hot mic.
Well, they probably are, because if you look at ramen that comes with beef or pork, they're probably doing that. And if you go to McDonald's and buy it from them, you're probably, the McRib doesn't have any meat or nutritional value in it, but people buy it every year. So I don't know what to say.
Curious.
I really don't want to be the one, but I am, or I will be the one that is telling the world that, you're not eating real chicken or real meat, because I don't know what to tell you to eat instead. And, if the story is accurate that Bill Gates lost money on his fake meat company, then maybe he got the message that we as in consumers are not ready for fake meat, don't want fake meat.
Hopefully.
Well,
otherwise, he's going to be like Nintendo and just do whatever he wants anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so Putin, remember I mentioned the other day that Putin has like 360,000 troops along the Ukrainian border. Well, they crossed into Ukraine, so they're added into the mix now. But Putin, I don't know where the hell he's getting his balls from, but he's telling the U.S. that if we do boots on the ground or any type of actual military attacks on Venezuela, that his words, it would be a fatal mistake.
He's been saying that since the start, though.
This guy can't even
Don't put boots on the ground. Don't put boots on the ground. Don't put boots on the ground. Don't put. I mean, it's the same message he's been spreading since this whole thing kicked off. He's been warning us, the U.S. and NATO, to not put soldiers in there. Otherwise, he was going to do something. And I'm like, oh, whatever.
But with boots, do we need at this point? Do we really need boots on the ground? Can we fly over and do the same, if not more, damage without inflicting boots on the ground? on both
Sure,
sides.
we're giving them drones, we're giving them missiles, we're giving them ammo, we're giving them all the tools they need and training to be able to fight this fight for us. So, yeah, I don't see why we need to put boots on the ground. We're already training boots on the ground.
Well, no, I'm talking about boots on the ground in Venezuela. So he's saying that if we
Oh,
had,
he's talking about Venezuela, not Ukraine.
no,
That's
no.
ridiculous.
Well, we're going about Ukraine. I think we're trying to choke them off from the rest of the world and hope that Maduro leaves because of it. But as William has said, we're just going through another episode of backing somebody else until we decide that they're no good, or
Well,
they're
they
not
outlive their purpose. Yeah.
or they're not the right person. And then I'm going to add to that just because we figured out that they're like us, and maybe we're guilty and we want to be us. We don't need anybody else out there. But I don't know. I really don't know. I'm spending this Christmas going, this would be a perfect year for a steering wheel and a set of pedals. I can find my car keys and drive myself out of here.
It would be the year, dude.
What do if you had the opportunity, Randy or William, what would you do for Christmas? And it's not really even Facebook, because as I added advanced protection on my account yesterday because I had no choice, I had decided, well, maybe this is the year that you just go away, find it somewhere else. But the problem was that I didn't want 17 years of Facebook to go down the toilet, and you're not in control of that if you get removed or shut off because you have to do something, and until you do it, you're persona non grata. And even if you come back, you're probably persona non grata too, because the push of a button, I will be gone. And, all of my friends have been gone so many times that it's laughable. And me, on the other hand, as I say repeatedly, I have not been. They haven't kicked me off for doing what I do, which is the same as what, just for example, you and Randy do. And, I'm still here doing it.
Yep.
But then again, maybe they're trying to prove to me that nobody cares about me doing it. And, that's why I'm still here. But
Well, plus you don't take this wrong. You're still on Facebook because your reach is not that far and deep. You have your viewers who are loyal to you, but it's not like you're sending out this video to multiple thousands of people and getting them all riled up to do something. I
don't believe that. I've never believed that I am that high profile person with the ability to reach, high numbers of Facebook people, because everybody can do this. Everybody can put a camera and a mic in front of their face and talk. Everybody can admin a boatload of groups. Everybody can have a bunch of groups. And if they boot me away from Facebook, I'd just go someplace else and do it. So anyway.
There's just too many others. Unfortunately for my situation, I can't afford to get kicked off of Facebook because all my clients are on Facebook, and that's how I communicate to them when I find interest in stuff. Sure, I can, text it to them or send them an email, but it adds 2 or 3 more steps that I gotta go through, to do it, and then I have to wait for them to see their email, and whereas with Messenger, someone's instantaneous. I send them a message. Oh, that's great! I get that feel good response right away.
Yeah, and William's doing it on Rumble, so
about to Rumble and Wimkin.
About to, so yeah. So there's a different feeling, and we are all controlling it differently. We're all someplace else, as well as being here on the FB, but.
Yeah, I find for some reason the more time I put in on Facebook, the less content I create. So I'm going to be doing a lot less time on Facebook and more time elsewhere. I'm still going to be on here for these shows. I want to keep doing this with y'all because it's fun, and then I can rebroadcast this stuff. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing our best. So if anybody out there hears it, sees it in a group, take it and put it in another group.
Okay,
Or contact me, and I'll send you the links to be able to do that. Put it in another group. Just let me know. I just want to know where it is on the FB.
So how about that declassification of marijuana's finally?
The declassification of marijuana is a very interesting thing because what is he expecting from it? Meaning Trump did it. What is he expecting to achieve?
New
from
data.
It?
They are looking for new data.
New data
because
and people that use it.
Well, they're use it in the regulation of it at least, because as is the only data they have on marijuana is that it's as bad as heroin, and none of that is accurate, let alone scientific. Right. I don't know how the fuck they found that dude to tell Congress about all that shit and come up with that report that said that marijuana was horrible and caused all these side effects and lives of crime and yada yada yada. That was garbage. I think this is the
probably
first.
Because that's what they wanted to hear.
Yeah, exactly. They were trying to find some way to criminalize it, and so they did.
Yeah. You know,
so now we're starting to undo that process, and I think it's going to help across the board because you're going to wind up with less people going to jail for stupid, petty crimes. You're going to wind up with more people having access to things that might actually be able to help them with their medical conditions. Yeah. I see nothing but a net gain from this being a thing.
Yeah. So CBD in the oil form that some people take it will be fantastic. Hopefully, unless Big Pharma gets their hands on it, but I don't know. Is it coming through Big Pharma? Is it coming through the new Trump RX plan, or
I don't know. Hopefully, from what I've seen, he looks like he's placing it into the same category as other states are, where you have to have, like, they have parameters. Here in Alaska, I got my medical marijuana handler's card, so I could go work at the pot shop, and I didn't do it. But I learned that all the laws in the state about marijuana and how it's controlled and regulated, how it has to come from a secure facility that has X amount of space and X rooms to it with a secure location, and then medical testing done on the product before it's shipped out, and when it's received, there's a bunch of stuff that has to go down. But
I just hope that it is something that if you want to use it, that's where you go and you use it, and when you're done, you're made sure that you're okay to leave. If you're driving, if you're walking on the street.
Well, that's why they let you do it at home, because they don't want you to be able to have to take it and then drive yourself home all stoned.
Right.
Okay, but okay, so you go there and you buy it. What's to stop you from stopping alongside a road and saying, starting to smoke some?
Well, nothing is
nothing. As we found out up here, there's rules and there's laws, but if you don't get caught, you don't get caught.
But it's the same argument to people that alcohol was, you can't drink it in your car. You're supposed to put it in your trunk.
You can't drink it you can't drive after you drink. Yeah.
Right.
Same
and
way
you can't drive after you've drank. So, but people do anyway, and unfortunately people die every day.
A lot.
Because of it. So, what are we just setting up more people to die? And I'm starting to think that maybe that's what they want, but which is sad. The days, because not everybody wants us all to die and go away. Some would just want us to go away. Some just want us to, some want everything that we have, and some want us to be the AIs in the sense that we serve whoever we're told to. But I watched the speech from Trump. I keep watching it again and again and again, looking for anything that I missed in
Well,
it.
he's supposed to be going live at 1:00 today. We're going to talk about something.
Okay, that I didn't know, so I have to watch that one. But realistically, he just said that it's going to get better. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. So I want to see if it gets better. You know, one place in the country, I forget where, was down to $1.71 a gallon for gas. So yeah, for them, it got better.
I'm still paying almost $5 a gallon up here in Alaska for some damn reason.
And that's terrible in the sense that we're paying $2.76 a gallon. That I think dropped to $2.52 a gallon. And, you know, that's pretty good. The station around the corner from our house is $2.70 something a gallon. And, you know, I don't care. It's okay. But, you know, when it drops to $1.70 something a gallon, people will buy more gas. I guess.
I'd be filling up. I'd fill up my neighbor's truck. I give a damn. $1 something a gallon. Yeah.
I always wanted to start a business that did exactly that. Went to their house and went to their house and picked up their car and took it and charged it, if that's what it was, and brought it back. Or, you know, went to the gas station and filled it up and brought it back. And, you know, fortunately, what will probably happen is hopefully employers will put gas pumps and electric chargers and solar places to park in the parking lot that hopefully you'll get picked to park in one of the three. And
what's to stop someone from having a pickup truck or some large vehicle, putting in a second gas tank, going to the gas, and when the price goes down, going to the gas station, filling up the real gas tank, and then filling up that spare gas tank to go back and then take that and put it in a storage bin somewhere. So when the price goes back up, you still got a good supply of gasoline.
Nothing. We do that here all over the way, like everybody.
Yeah. But I mean, I would imagine that it won't, nothing's ever going to happen to it because people who have the fuel cell or have a fuel cell and a fuel tank are going to keep both full all the time, just in case something happens and they have to leave where they are. And by something happening, I just mean naturally with the weather that, you know, they're going to have to go because you can't get very far with the steering wheel and pedals that I wish to buy. Or the joke that I throw at people, yeah, I'll be very happy to drive you somewhere, but come over to my house and sit and sit with me, and hopefully we will get there, but I don't think you will. You know, and I don't want that. That's not really what I want anyway. Like, I want to just go out and drive. I don't need anybody else to think they're in the car with me.
Or go driving around with that blow up sex down in the seat next to you.
No,
What you ought to do, Dave, is get a VR headset, and then you could drive around with people in your car.
In California, I got nailed once for they just wanted to look inside the back of my limousine and make sure there were enough people for me to be in the carpool lane. And there weren't. So the guy said to me, I'm not going to write you a... No, it was bad. The guy said to me, I'm not going to write you a ticket. Just don't do it again. You know, do it when it qualifies for you.
And you actually got people in your car.
When you actually have people in your car. And I said, you know what? That actually makes sense. You know, I'll be in the lane when there are people in my car. But, you know, then I'm human still, and I want to drive my town car or my Expedition, which I had the same way. I want to drive, you know, I want to be in the carpool lane because it sucked to be in the regular lane. Over here in this general area, I've just noticed that it sucks more to be on the Beltway and have to pay tolls because the Beltway seems to be busier than the lanes you avoid. The lanes that you avoid seem to be moving faster. Why? Because everybody's in the Beltway because you think it's going to be faster. And again, cutting over from here to here is a living nightmare.
Because can't nobody drive.
Nobody can drive anywhere is what I'm learning. Nobody can drive in Florida. Nobody could drive in Connecticut. No one could drive in Massachusetts. I can't drive anywhere. So.
Yeah, I had a guy almost pull out in front of me the other day, and I'm like, bro, I don't have this. There's ice on the road. My tires aren't the greatest. Don't pull out in front of me.
Yep. And the ones that, like I said, are in the left lane and realize they need to be in the right lane because they need to get off, those people bother me.
Yeah, I dislike those people. I just like selfish drivers. The ones who forget that there are other people on the road and just try to whip it into whatever lane they're trying to get to.
You have time to get into the lane that you want to get in.
Plenty of space.
And you usually have the speed that you want to do this in that is safe for everybody. But again, driving a limousine, most of the time people gave me the right of way. Driving a hearse, they always gave me the right of way, even if there was no one in the hearse. Because no one wants to hit a hearse, whether it's loaded or not. No one wants to hit a hearse to take that chance. And it only happened the old-fashioned way. There was no car for me to take home one night except a hearse. And, the dispatcher in California said to me over the loudspeaker, "What are you going to take home tonight?" And I went back in and I said to her, "I'm going to take a hearse because it's the only thing that's here and I want to go home."
That's hot.
And I have to be back here in time to do weddings tomorrow in one of the limousines. And, I'll be back in time to pick up the limousine. Or when I could, I took the limousine home.
Right.
Which again is not a good practice also because you're always driving that limousine or that car because, you never know when you're going to end up working. But we can discuss that at a later time and date. I'm always told that I should not go back and remember what it was 40 years ago.
Should always reminisce about good things or bad things.
Well, I do, but unfortunately, that's the nature of Lewy body dementia. Your brain goes back and remembers things like 40 years ago that happened like they were yesterday. And the people often with you don't always want to hear things that way because that part of the story is remembering 40 or 50 years ago and trying to make it relevant to today because I can't remember what happened today.
Suppose
a lot, that part of it. That part of it just happens. But anyway, when it happens, they'll most likely put me somewhere safe, and take the power cord out of my laptop, and I'll still think I'm doing it live anyway. And I'll probably sit and do it, and then I'll watch TV if I'm allowed to. But the only problem with watching TV was I went from medical center to general hospital only because I said to the nurse in the hospital, I'm starting to feel like I'm watching on medical center all the time, so I need something else.
Fair.
And whether or not that was okay, I don't know. But hey, Lucas Lorenzo Spencer, Anthony Geary, did pass away. He was just under 80 years old. I think he was 78. And he was living the dream of he did everything that he thought he needed to do on General Hospital. and moved to Amsterdam and was very happy over there, was not happy with the commute back when they needed him. And he had said that often to ABC, and finally they, killed him off. But Anthony Gary is no longer with us. And as I've said to a lot of people over the last few days, Rob Reiner, Michelle Reiner are both gone. I didn't agree with his politics, and he didn't agree with my politics. Not that that means anything to anyone, but he didn't deserve to die allegedly the way he died. And because of lawyers, I have to say allegedly because I don't know.
Well, we know he got stabbed to death.
Well, we know he got stabbed to death. No. We know he got stabbed to death. We know that Romy Reiner, his daughter, found the two of them dead, or were led to believe that she found the two of them dead. And I feel really bad because one of the first things that came out of my mouth was, how do we know that they didn't plan it? And
that's the times, dude.
And
you gotta ask these kind of things.
And she did her part. Well, he can't, under California law, he can't profit from what he allegedly did, but it's okay for the family or someone in the family to watch his piece. And, you have to wonder why someone had a $4 million bail, and then all of a sudden that got changed to no bail.
Where was it, California?
He's going to stay where he is.
Well, the reason is that they had more evidence to suggest that it was pre-planned, and so once to pre-plan, now he's on
rather than murder, premeditated murder.
Yes.
And that's a sad thing to look at. If ever my children, God forbid, needed money, I hope I could just open up my wallet and give it to them, or give them my checkbook or my credit card and say, when you're done, bring it home.
I had kids and they wanted money. I hope they'd be smart enough to realize that I'm just as broke as they are. So,
right. But I mean, if my kid came to me and said, I need $100,000, I wish I could give you.
Right, Brian got it.
If we win, well, no, because I've always said to Donna, if we win the lottery on a night, I hope that I can get a couple $100,000 in a briefcase and just go to everyone and go,
here you go.
This is a down payment on what you're going to get, or it may be what you're going to get, but this is the down payment on what you're going to get. And I hope you do your best with it, but please don't kill me because you're not happy with what I'm giving you right now, because I can't take it with me, so I'm going to spend a lot of it while I'm here. But
I think I'd have to wind up investing half of it and then just blowing the other half on my friend.
Well, that's why Donna has always said, take it over 20 years and invest it.
Yep.
Get it every year and invest it.
No, so you're getting a monthly stipend on that money, and it's just continually growing or staying level where it's at. So yeah.
And then in your will, give it away. If I die first, I give it to her. If she dies first, she gives it to me, and or our 3 children, and I get small stipend, and I gotta go.
I'm taking my stuff with me. I'm getting mummified in a 24-karat gold sarcophagus with my video games and my dog.
and your dog.
And my dog.
Oh, you're gonna knock your dog out just so he's with you and you're
you're damn right.
I don't know.
If I'm going, he's going with me.
If I'm going in a box or a bag, but I am under the words of knowing that I will be burned and cremated, and because of that, I have always said I'm not going to my own funeral, because I just can't look down and see the body
Supposedly we don't
to what it was.
supposedly we disassociate from all that anyway when we die.
Yeah, well,
supposedly.
Yeah, my father always said he's been gone from us for 6 years, but he always said it's just a vessel while you're here.
Right.
You know, and if that's true, then I don't need it where I'm going to. And you know, we could probably do a lot of shows just based on where's Dave going when he leaves here. And to be honest with you, I don't know. And to be honest with you, for a lot of it, I really don't care. You know, I guess I should care where I should go, but everybody wants to tell me that, you know, if you don't do this, you're going to go here. If you don't do this, you're going to go there. You know, and it's kind of rewards. So, you know, I guess it kind of is whatever it is. Randy, what do you got to say?
Well, I just got to notice about Social Security, and I know how much I'm getting now, and they're saying with the bump in 2026, I should be getting an extra $54. That's not bad.
Okay.
I like that.
Better than a punch in the mouth.
Yeah. So I want to share this, guys. You know, I'm always talking about outer space, spaceship, blah 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 blah. So, so I get my cursor where it's both. Here it is. Okay. So here is this company in the United States came up with this. If it's still tagged, I might have lost it. Damn it! It's because it was. Here we go. If I have it paused too long, it
brings up an ad and stuff.
Well, it just actually goes bye-byes. So here's this two. So there's two things I want to show you. One is this thing that this company is making. And whatever. And I lost the video, but you'll get an idea. So they designed these satellites, okay? And the satellites are in the shape of a saucer, and they're actually capable of flying in our atmosphere, and they're also capable of flying in space. Okay. So pretty cool, right? They're circular. It doesn't say how they fly. They are at least not in the brief, quick preview of the context of the article. That's pretty cool. So if they can do that, look at what we're going to be doing next here. If I have it at the right place. Oh, hold on a second. I got to add in the audio. Let me run that. Bring it back in.
That's going to be fun.
Oh yeah. We're in a race now against Russia.
If you believe, if you believe it's going to be fun.
Russia have made claims that they have plans to build on the moon within the next 5 years. The Chinese Space Agency is targeting 2027 for their first lunar research outpost. This would be an uncrewed station and would be deployed as part of the Chang'e 8's moon landing mission. This would be prior to any Chinese or Russian astronauts arriving on the moon.
So you get past those idiots and go to us. This is us.
Equation to a long-term stay where we.
Here we go. This is us.
We're going to the moon.
Yes, we are. If I get to the right place. Shut up. We're going to the moon.
We're going. Discovered on Earth.
Be quiet. Don't laugh at me. That's not fun.
This is
there you go.
Not ideal.
This is Elon Musk.
If we apply that same equation to a long-term stay where we can really make the most out of the trip, where we can stay long enough to learn something profound about the universe and life itself, something that we never could have discovered on Earth, then that is worth the money and it is worth the risk. But we can't do that kind of in-depth research on the frontier of outer space without infrastructure. So we build on the moon. There's basically no point going back there if we don't intend to build something permanent, which leaves only the questions around what are we going to create up there? What will this moon base infrastructure do and how?
Well, I had it. Sorry, because I did have a pause where I wanted to be.
We might be able to leverage their Starship as a more permanent facility. So, given the plan right now, the Starship is only being used for the human landing system. This is like a ferry between lunar orbit and lunar surface.
Now, this is supposed to
The
happen
Starship
next year,
isn't
guys. I
responsible
saw
for
the
getting
video that
people
Elon
back
Musk
home
put
to
out.
Earth. The Orion spacecraft does that job. So once the lunar Starship has done its job, it can either just hang out in orbit around the moon, or it can make one more trip back down to the surface and stay there. And if we have a SpaceX Starship on the surface of the moon, then we essentially have a 9-meter diameter steel tube that's already been purpose-built to sustain human life and act as a base of operations for
cool.
2 astronauts on their week-long Artemis 3 moon mission. The plan from SpaceX is pretty basic. We just tip the Starship over and lay it down on the side, and then we cover it over with regolith, which is the fancy name for all of the dust and little bits of rock and stuff that cover the surface of the moon. So it would be like a low
that's cool.
mound
Look at
that
that.
would protect the ship from things like micrometeorites, radiation, solar flares, magnetic storms, all of the wild stuff out in space that the moon does not have enough atmosphere to shield us from. The airlock in the nose cone of the Starship would serve like a big round front door, and the rest would basically just look like a hill. It's a hobbit hole, really. We're going to make hobbit holes on the moon. While most of the Artemis Accords are
not?
just fluffy virtue
So
signaling unit.
from what I saw from Elon Musk, next year they're going to start launching some of his ships, like you just saw there, and for the purpose of going there and seeing first off that they can safely land their rocket onto the surface of the moon, and if they can do that, then they'll send more up with the purpose of doing what he just said there, to start building a colony. Come the following year, because his androids, he's going to send his androids up in the ships to see the feasibility of people being in the ship and survivability. And then goes to the androids, they can do the work more so for humans. The following year, they're going to start sending humans, and he expects at that point to be launching over 1,000 ships a year. To have a total of 1 million people on the moon.
But still, I'm looking at that going, that's great that we can go there, but are they going to send people who can't make it on Earth up there? Or are they going to send anybody who wants to go?
I don't think it's going to be a prison colony.
They're going to be sending people who can actually contribute to the community as far as innovation, development, engineering, science.
Or is there going to be a bunch of people who work at Capricorn 1 and lie to us again, if that's what.
But it makes you wonder this, if you believe in some of the conspiracy theorists, that NASA deleted some information from when NASA was sending ships to the moon, that supposedly one of the, I forget which one, they saw two things. They saw that there was already a colony there that wasn't us, and that they saw spacecraft hovering above the surface of the moon. And there's actually the video has been lost, but there's apparently some audio that has been found and resurfaced, and it's being played, showing the astronaut, telling the people back home, what the hell is this? I see something here. So will this, if we are able to successfully go to the moon and start building this colony, would that be what triggers an alien close look at what we're capable of doing?
It could, but
I don't think they really need a close look at what we're doing. They already have it.
No.
Yeah, I don't think they want us.
Well, yeah, they already have it, but it's, do you believe that it's real and we already have it, or do you believe that they shoot space shots on a studio backlot and it's all fake, as Buzz Aldrin, who was one of the astronauts who supposedly was there, will tell you if you ask him, and Neil Armstrong, on the other hand, will just run away from it and not answer to you. So,
I don't know. Way too many people who believe we didn't go to the moon also believe it's a flat planet. So I don't know.
Well, they believe that the Earth is a flat planet too, and if you go too far, you land in Alaska.
Yeah. Alaska is everywhere. It's actually the biggest state because it surrounds the entire planet. We are the ice wall.
And you guys all feel guilty for the way you bought Alaska.
Yeah. Now we don't feel good about shit.
Needs in a check that probably bounced.
Probably, but that's okay because we gave it to Russia.
Oh, okay. Anyway, we're at
56 minutes.
56 minutes, and if either one of you want to close, we can close. If not, we will keep going, and it's up to both of you.
I'm down to keep trucking if y'all want to.
Yeah, I got jumped though. I got people I got to take care of here.
Okay. Always a pleasure to have you here. We will be back here Monday morning at 10 a.m. for Monday morning caffeine.
I did finally get some good news from Comcast as far as, at least for my cell phone. I was paying like $80 a month for the data plus my cell phones and my iPad. So this is the last month for me paying anything on my devices. So next month, my bill will only be $11.
Nice.
For since I don't use hardly any of the data. So that's pretty cool.
Good.
That puts money back in my pocket. Okay, so with that, guys, I got to go. It's been great being here.
Always a pleasure to have you here.
One last thought, guys. With us being so close to going to war, different places across our planet, if you have loved ones who are in the military, active duty, please reach out to them. Tell them how much you love them and how much you care for them. If you can, give them a hug, give them a kiss. And just do that, that touch, make sure that they know that they're loved and cared for. And with that, I am out of here. See ya.
See ya.
Okay. All right. Randy's gone. That leaves William and I, and
then there were two.
Continue.
I don't know. You got anything you want to talk about?
I think we kind of covered it all.
I got this. You remember that submarine video we just watched?
Yes.
Dude, I already have an ad on my Facebook about building submarines as a civilian.
I'm the worst person to talk to about ads on Facebook because one day I talked to a good friend of mine who took over a lot of my work when I ended. Mm-hmm. And he said to me that if you were still working, what would you buy? Because it was the year that I would have bought another car or a newer car.
Right.
And I said somewhere between a 2008 and a 2010 Mercedes R350, because that's what I was driving at the time. And when I got off with him, I went to Messenger, and before I even typed in Marketplace, before I even typed in what I was looking for, there were 15
There's the ad. Bam.
On the screen, and they were all equipped within the way I wanted it. They were all, with my credit, they were all through finance companies that really wanted my money.
No.
And dealerships around Rhode Island and Massachusetts that probably would have been happy to get my money too. And
dude, it's crazy.
Do they listen? I mean, I look at my cell phone every once in a while, and you'll see it just flash, and then the time will come on, and then it will, of course, it'll go back to black again, and I wonder what it's doing.
Dude, I wonder that myself sometimes. On occasion, I'll be sitting here watching one of the shows, and my phone will pick up on it and start listening. I'm like, what? They'll stop recording me. It's like, I'm not a spy for the NSA. I'm like, bullshit. See, just like that, my fucking GoPro turned on and started recording.
Well, in that case, I guess we should call it a day.
Probably.
Okay, because I don't want to be on your GoPro if you're getting.
I don't want to be on my GoPro and get in trouble with this bullet. I don't know what the hell.
Nah, I don't want to get in trouble.
Who knows?
When they come to my door, they're just going to look at me and they're going to go, you know what? You just don't want to get in trouble anymore, and we don't want to come back here ever again.
Thanks.
So
All right,
So,
Dave. Have a
all
good
right,
one.
Bill. I mean,
Take care,
William,
fam.
pleasure to have you on.
Yep. We'll catch you next
And
time.
Monday morning at 10 a.m. we'll be stupid again.
Yup. We'll catch you
All
again.
right. With coffee.
With coffee.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that it is the most important part of morning caffeine is to brew yourself a pot or a cup and make yourself happy. If you're like me, make sure you buy a cup or have a cup that has a lid that closes, and keep it as far as possible away from your technology, because I made a mistake where not only once but 3 times in the same day I kept spilling it on my keyboard and I killed my Windows 8 Pro. So please don't do as I did. Be smarter. Make sure you keep your liquids as far away from your computer as you can. And on that note, go out and make it a fantastic Friday. Go out there and make it a fantastic weekend. And be happy. And on one side, I guess you'll get the answers that you deserve. On one side, you'll get the answers that you need. And maybe they will both be the same. I really don't know. If you have a suggestion for a Boogie with the Bull broadcast that will work in the 10 a.m. time slot, that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, selected Saturdays. And let's see, we also have 7 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday. We're working on something for the 5 days, but how we're going to do it, I really don't know at 7 p.m. because everybody does have their own responsibilities and things that they want to do, so that when I want to pop on, I may just pop on and do it. I've always hoped that we could all work together and do what we do, or come together, those of us that want to come together and do what we do. Because sometimes it's just fun to joke around and have fun and drink coffee and be a pain in the rear to people. I guess the other night my keyboard wasn't cooperating, or it just wasn't getting through in a timely fashion. So when they saw it, they were behind in reading my thoughts. And that stuff happens. I don't know. But, we're all here and we all can do what we want to do. And that's what we do. I do want to thank Jen Woodruff for adding the words morning caffeine to the Boogie with the Bull logo so that we could print some cups and try to make a little bit of money. Because Restream costs money, and we want to add X and we want to add Rumble, and they cost money. So we may have to ask you for a little bit of money. Not much, just a little bit. Okay? Because when people ask me for a little bit of money, they know that I'll offer to do something because I don't have that little bit of money. So if I don't, then I'm sure you don't. But Boogie benefactors, if they want to help, are more than welcome to help at this point. We want to, like I said, we want to keep Restream going, and we want to add X, and we want to add Rumble to Facebook and YouTube and be everywhere all at once. Anyway, I'm Dave Glovin. You and I go make it a fantastic weekend, like I said. And we will see you here Monday on the next Boogie with the